Good morning. For those of you who don't know, my name's Alex. Um, and I've been meaning to start this for a while, and I haven't. Welcome to Gay and Wise. Wise with a Z because, duh, of course. Anyways, so like, my routine recently was a ding. Really? Okay. Um, my routine was thrown off quite a bit lately, so I've been struggling to try and re-find it. Um, and so last night I got woken up at like I don't know, like 4:30 because somebody from the East Coast was calling me, and that's because I live in Hawaii now. And then I got another call. I was in the middle of journaling about a dream, and then um, I got a call and I look at my phone and it says somebody from Utah. And I was like, who the like what? Uh I was like, who's calling me from Utah? And so she calls, she asks, and she's like, this is Discover. And I was like, oh, okay. So she was calling to tell me that my credit card payment was late. And I was like, that's weird. I set up my automatic payments, blah, blah, blah. You know, I ended up saying she was like, oh, by the way, you're doing great with your payment history. I was like, you. And I was like, and I was explaining to her, I was like, I moved from Delaware to Hawaii. So I was like, okay. And I was like, that's why I have a bunch of debt. And so she asked me, and she was like, and she said, I have to ask, how did that go? And I told her my story, and I don't need to share all the details about how I got here, but she really felt she she said that I touched her heart because of how genuine my story was. And there are some parts in it that I wanted to share, and I think that this is a great way to kind of start off this podcast. Um, and that is, she asked me, she was like, what was that transition like? What was you know, um, this the island here has been I am I will not I wouldn't trade anything for this experience. Um it was hard to get here, but I am so grateful for the things that I have learned. I feel like I have learned like 10 years worth of experience, and I haven't even been here for the full calendar year, you know. Um this this beautiful island, this beautiful island has taught me that there is so much knowledge, abundance, and community that lies within the land and the earth that is there. Um, and sometimes I feel guilty. I feel guilty that I am taking away from local Hawaiians and I shouldn't be here. Um, and I will say that I remember when I first got here and I first visited for the first time, and I will never forget that feeling that I got when I stepped off the plane. I will never forget the way that I felt when I was here. And I want people I only hope and wish that people come to understand one of the biggest things that I've learned about being on this island is that time and money are a concept. They don't like they're really not that like they're not all that important. In the sense of money, like, for example, like my boss gave me an extra 30-minute break the other day just to go for a swim. That swim was literally 10 minutes. I biked like so fast down the road to get to the spot that I was going to go to, and then I like hopped in, and it just made me feel so much better. And, you know, going from one of the, from a state that has no sales tax to one of, or probably the most expensive state in the US, like you can imagine that there's a disconnect. Um, and I think the biggest thing that I have learned about being here is just how much that the community and the abundance and the things that lie within, and the way that the island gives back, the Aina gives back, the land gives back. And that doesn't just go for Hawaii. It goes for everywhere in the world. We are, like being in places that, unfortunately have been colonized and have been kind of taken over, and viewing that in the age that we're in, it's really sad. And I really hope and pray to see change. And I I have felt awful that I haven't done more to change. And I've been thinking about it so much lately. And, one of those things that I've been thinking about is, um, biscuits. I lost my train of thought. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. I forgot the next couple lines. um, where was my brain going with that? Biscuits. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Because I'm not editing this. I'm literally doing this right before work. Um, change. So I have felt badly about not being able to do change. Like I see so many people like starting GoFundMe's and doing things for, you know, people who are being, attacked and killed in Palestine, and, seeing about the wars going on all over the world. Like it breaks my heart, and I feel awful that I don't do more. But one of the things that I realize is that I have to be able to help myself before I can help someone else. And I wish that other people would realize that if we would help each other, we would be able to help ourselves a lot more. Um, and this is probably really cliche. This is probably something that everybody's heard of, blah, blah, blah. I just, I really hope that with all of this, like this can bring some big type of love. I feel like, you know, we're one of the things that I was talking about on this phone call with this woman is that like we there are so many pressures that we are forced to face. And, you know, we don't like I got into poetry earlier this year, and I wrote this poem. And like also have been like, I'm turning 26 next month. Like I'm going through like the coming of age. And, this probably sounds like a lot of other people's story. It might be unique, but I want people to know that like, A, we ditching social media at this point would be really hard, but we got to ditch social media. Um, and honestly, like, because I think one of the biggest things I was talking about dating too. Wow, this is really all over the place. I don't really care, but um, you know, there's something to be said about the human connection that has been lost. And I really hope that through this podcast, because one of the things that I've been told is that people revolve around me. I am a Leo, and it is the start of Leo season, and it is the biggest Leo season. So it comes correct. But, like I think one of my biggest strengths is I'm a channeler. I am a connector. Um, I love introducing friend groups to friend groups and seeing, like, because I think that, this person and this person will get along, and this person and that person will get along. And to be honest, sometimes it does not always work. But I do truly believe that there is a way for people to exist together and to share in the community that everybody shares in. Um, and so I just hope that if you see this video today, I hope that you take this into your day, take it into your week, take it into your month, take it into your year. Just show some kindness, lead with love, give somebody a hug, tell somebody that you love them, call that person who you haven't called, let them know what's up. And I can guarantee you, I can promise you, it will be so much more fulfilling than sending a text message. I mean, well, sometimes you can only send a text message, and that's fine. There we go. Sorry, I just muted myself by mistake. Um, but, I really, 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 truly hope that, you know, you see this video, and I hope that this pushes you to go do something kind with your heart. Um, and I really just hope that we get to a point that everybody can see each other and hear each other. Um, and yeah, so um, it's so funny. I hope you guys know I tried to record this first episode like I don't know 6 times. The first time I did it, I recorded it for an hour. It was great. I was so excited. I literally had my hammock set up. I had snacks. I had a book. I had poetry. I had art. I had everything out on the table. I recorded for an hour. I had no audio. Not a but now we're here. Um, and I think I'm gonna wrap this up. Um, but before I go, I'm gonna plug myself because I have no shame in doing so. Um, but like I said at the beginning, my name's Alex. I read tarot. I got my yoga teacher training certification last year. I like anime. I spin fire. I'm a music junkie. I am a very spiritual person. I like clothes. I like fashion. Um, you know, and I like the outdoors and I like plants and I love these are my nails that my bestie Ariel did for me. They're going on 4 weeks old, but they still look fabulous and I just cut them for the first time the other day. But if anybody wants a reading from moi, feel free to reach out to me at the underscore sun underscore yogi on Instagram. And most likely, I won't edit these videos. I won't. It's just raw. Like, I've been told that my raw, unfiltered thoughts are the best. So I think I'm going to roll with that. But definitely, I just hope that, anybody who sees this today, I hope that you have a good day. I hope that you know that you're loved. I hope that you know that you're beautiful. And I hope that you smile today. Lots of love. Mwah.